conducted the Nahara Tribal Compensation Survey for the past 3 years. And previously we've done both the government and the gaming side. And last year, NIGA, which is the National or the Native Indian Gaming Association, began doing their own gaming survey online. And so we collaborated with them and also with NAHARA, which is the National Native American HR Association, and agreed we would do the government side and NIGA would continue to do the gaming side. So if you happen to have a gaming facility, you can go to the NIGA site, and there's links all over our site in order to go to their compensation survey, and it looks almost identical to our survey. And so I'm Alicia Finley with REDW, and I also have Lisa Wilcox and Elena Chavez with REDW. And then we have Lisa Haswell with Dynamic Benchmarking, who is she is the guru behind the platform, and she's the one that helped us put it together and built it for us. And so she's going to be the one to give us some basic instructions on using the platform and take a look at how the comparing, filtering, and reporting features work. We expect that the webinar will be about 30 minutes today, and Lisa will walk through all the aspects of the platform, and we'll take questions. What we'd like you to do for the questions is you should have a chat box on the right-hand side of your screen where you can type a message, and we'll just collect those, and then we'll answer all the questions at the end of the meeting. So I'd like to go ahead and introduce Lisa Haswell with Dynamic Benchmarking, and she will lead the demo.
Thank you so much, Alicia. And just to make it so it's easier, I have muted everyone, so do feel free to use the chat box if you have questions. Okay, so welcome to a live overview of the Tribal Government Compensation Survey. This is a robust benchmarking platform, and it was developed specifically for tribal governments by REDW. It's easy to use, comprehensive, and scalable. This survey will grow and meet the tribal needs for years to come. Cloud-based, the survey uses the latest encryption technology to ensure the anonymity of participants and, more importantly, the security of their data. Further, you'll be able to register, log in, and start entering data right away. We know that the concept of benchmarking has been around for a really long time. The process of improving performance by continuously identifying and understanding and adapting tribal practices and processes will be improved by using the survey. Right now, you're looking at the login page. If you haven't already, you'll register your tribe by clicking on this link here to sign up. You'll enter your registration information. You'll enter a username and your email. You can choose any username you'd like, but we suggest that you use your email address because it's probably the easiest for you to remember. Right now, we're allowing one registration per tribe, and we encourage tribes to select one primary point of contact user for this survey. Other users may, of course, be subsequently added as necessary. So when you go ahead and enter your registration information, within minutes you'll receive an email with your login instructions. When you receive this email, all you do is click on the login link, set your own password, accept the terms of use, and you'll end up right on this page ready to go. So let's go ahead and log in with a fictitious tribal government. When you log in, you'll be presented with a pop-up window that provides you with important information about this survey. Be sure to always look at this pop-up, as it will be frequently updated to reflect the most recent guidelines and any updates to the features. Under the Tribal Government Compensation Survey logo and the menu bar, there are three main functions accessed through light gray tabs. My Tribal Government is where you'll enter your tribal government data. Comparing is where instant personalized comparison information is accessed. Reporting is where you can download a variety of PowerPoint charts which graphically display your data for deeper analysis. On the top of this gateway page, you'll see that all of the questions are divided into functional areas which contain bulleted categories with questions specific to tribal governments. Additionally, we've provided an area for you to enter your feedback on the survey. The default year for entering data is 2014, but we'll add a new year pull-down every single year we open the survey for data collection. With each additional year, your tribe will have the added ability to compare changes in your tribe's data from this year to last year. At the very bottom of the Gateway page, you're going to see a very simple progress bar indicating how much of the survey you've actually completed. In order to have access to the powerful comparison reporting features, you'll need to answer all of the questions in the survey. The question tallies at the bottom of every single question group will let you know where all the unanswered questions are. So to begin, you simply click on any of the bulleted gray question groups and you just start entering data about your tribal government. It's not necessary to start in a specific place, to proceed in a specific order, nor to complete the entire survey in one sitting. The Tribal Government Compensation Survey collects overall profile data about your tribe, as well as compensation data about over 200 job positions. You simply select the positions that you have at your tribe and enter only the data for those positions. The positions are grouped into a variety of logical categories, as you can see here. These sections are organized to capture compensation data about any position that a tribal government could possibly have. There may be many, many jobs listed here that your tribal government simply doesn't employ, and you don't have to worry about. All compensation questions are going to be stored in an annualized salary format. This organization will be really easy to navigate and will also provide your tribal government with powerful options for comparing, filtering, and reporting. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example. Let's say that your tribal government employs a plumber in the facilities and maintenance area. We select this position by clicking on Select Positions tab in the Facilities and Maintenance area and checking the box next to the position that we have. These are all the positions in the Facilities and Maintenance area. We click on Plumber and we click a Save option at the bottom of the page to dynamically submit the data as we move through the survey. Save will save the data to the database but remain on the same page. Save and Continue will save the data to the database and continue to the next logical location in the survey, and Cancel will abandon all the changes. In this case, we'll click Save and Continue. So this will bring us to the next tab, which is where we'll enter only the data about only the positions that we've selected in the previous tab. Again, we only selected plumber, so that's the only position that we're going to answer questions about. You'll see here that we have no alternative name for a plumber. At this tribe, our plumber is paid an hourly wage, and we actually do have 8 plumbers in our tribe. Continuing down to the compensation portion, we note that we don't have an annual pay for our plumbers because they're actually paid hourly. And this is where you'll see that we've got a nice little annualized salary calculator at the bottom to help us force these salaries into annualized. So for our minimum annualized salary, base salary, we pay our plumbers $13 an hour. We enter $13 an hour into the input box, press Save, and it generates this number here, which is the annualized salary. We grab that number, and that's what we put up in our minimum annualized salary. And in this way, we're forcing all of our data to be expressed in the same way, annualized. We continue through and calculate the average annualized salary and the maximum annualized salary, as well as a pay range for this position if we have it at our tribe. If we don't have a pay range at our tribe, we can enter 0. Notice on this page that there are a variety of different kinds of questions on the survey. We have free text entry, we have multiple choice, and we have numeric value entry. When entering numbers, it's never necessary to indicate currency symbols, percentage symbols, or commas, as the platform already knows what type of information is being entered. You should also note that as data is being entered or updated, our little white input boxes turn green. This means that the data has not yet been saved to the database. By clicking on the Save option below, the input box will turn white again, which tells you that this data has in fact been saved to the database. Keep in mind that you can always come back and modify the data as many times as you'd like during the data collection phase of the survey. As a reminder, you're only entering data about the positions that you actually have at your tribal government. The questions are always going to be in light gray and indicated by arrows, and explanatory help text may exist under the questions to explain the intention of the question. At the close of the data collection phase, qualified tribes will have the opportunity to purchase access to powerful filtering, comparing, and reporting features through REDW. It's really useful to have access to these features because you'll be able to see how exactly you compare to other tribes. So let's take a look at how easy this is by clicking on the Compare tab. This brings us to a page that looks almost exactly the same as our gateway page, except for we don't have our question tallies anymore, and we don't have our progress bar at the bottom. What we're going to be doing on the compare side is simply comparing. So to access the comparing, we simply click on the question group that we're interested in looking at, and the comparison page will be displayed. So again, keeping with our little example about our plumber, let's go ahead to the facilities and maintenance positions and click on select positions. So you'll notice here that we've got the results portion of the survey. We can see what all of the other tribes have entered for positions in maintenance, construction and maintenance, and we also can see how many of the tribes also have plumbers like we do, which is highlighted in blue. To see this information graphically, all we need to do is click on these pop-up icons to the right, and pop-up charts will be automatically generated for you. The pop-up charts will show the same information, but the shape of the line will provide more information about how the data points fall and where you stand on a metric-by-metric basis. So to see an example of the compensation information, which is what we're really interested in, let's go ahead and go to the next tab, which is construction and maintenance. Again, choose the item which we'd like to compare. We've only had one position, which is plumber. And we're going to look at the actual salary comparison. We see that at our tribe, this position is paid an hourly wage, highlighted in blue, which is 88% of all the tribes also pay plumbers in that way. We also see we've got line charts available for all of the numeric metrics in the platform. If we take a look at the average annualized salary for our plumber, we see this line chart which shows us the 25th percentile on the left in the black, the 75th percentile on the right in the black, the median in the bottom of the line in the black, and our answer on the top in blue. We see also that paying $32,880, we're in the 45th percentile. If we go ahead and click a pop-up chart, you'll see again that these pop-up charts are available for every single metric on the page, and again, they show where we fall in relationship to the other tribes in the database. These pop-up charts can be saved to PowerPoint or PDF for future use. So I like the line charts because they give us a really simple and quick way to get a powerful snapshot of your performance on every single metric. So sticking with the comparison page, we can see that it's really quite valuable to see how your tribal government compares to all the other governments in the database, but it's also meaningful to compare your performance to a smaller, more relevant peer group. Filters specifically designed by REDW have been set up on the platform to dynamically select peer groups and drill down into the data. Again, it's important to note here that it's impossible to drill down so far in the data that the anonymity of any tribe would be compromised. There's simply no way to find out who entered what data. So let's go ahead and look at these filters. We can filter by number of employees, annual revenue, state location, BIA region, or if our tribe is rural or urban. So let's go ahead and apply a filter, and we're going to look at only urban tribes because that's really all we care about for this example. We select urban and we press apply, and it shows us that our filter settings created a subset of 6 tribes, and 7 out of the 9 metrics on this tab have enough answers to display. So again, this is really a nice way to show where you fall in a relative peer group. You can choose not to use any filters at all, you can choose one filter, or you can layer multiple filters. By adding filters, you can see how many tribal governments you are now being compared to and how your percentiles change as a result of only looking at a subset of the database. Benchmarking this way shows tribes how to highlight areas that require attention improvement as well as identify areas of strength. So finally, let's go ahead and look at the reporting feature. The reporting feature on this platform allows tribes to take all the data and build professional quality reports on the fly and download them directly to your computer. You simply click on your reporting tab, to see the list of reports that have been designed by REDW, which graphically display the benchmarks most important to tribes. Notice also that if you had used filters, they still apply. However, you can undo them at any point in time or apply different filters at any point in time, and the filters will apply to any of the reports that you actually go ahead and download. So in order to download a report, you're simply going to click on the year that you're looking for and click on the report, and the download will begin. Again, this is a great opportunity for you to graphically view the key performance indicators, the benchmarks, that are most important to your tribe. When we open up our report, you will see that it's a slide deck, and I'm hoping that this is showing up. Hang on. Okay, hang on. All right, sorry about that. So here's our slide deck, and you'll notice that the first slide of any slide deck always report was created, the username, the fiscal year, your tribal government name, and the report year. The report name. It also lists all the filters that were applied. Each chart will be titled and may contain a legend explaining where your tribal government is in relation to your peers. At the close of the data collection phase, there will be many, many different types of chart styles available to you, including line charts, bar charts, and pie charts. The charts are available to you to be saved, emailed, or printed to help you capture historic information, communicate with others, and also prepare for presentations. Keep in mind, however, that this slide deck is currently being fine-tuned by REDW, so that upon release, all of the benchmarks that are most important to tribes will be included. You can return to the Tribal Government Compensation Survey at any time to modify your filters and download any of the additional reports that you'd like. Remember to always click on the Home key when you'd like to return to the main gateway page. One last area that I'd like to point out to you is the support page. On the top right-hand side of your platform, you have access to a support page. Here you will eventually find many downloadable PDFs that will explain the many features of the Tribal Government Compensation Survey. As of right now, we have a PDF that you can download which describes all of the positions that are addressed here in this survey. We have a PDF for frequently asked questions. We actually have an Excel document that you can download that has all of the questions in the survey on it. A lot of people like to download this spreadsheet and fill out all the answers prior to sitting down. We have some pricing information. We have a quick start guide, which is a downloadable PDF, which is just about 11 slides that is basic how-to questions. And then we have a brief webinar, which is similar to this one. Finally, it gives us a little bit of an overview of what the different tabs do and how to contact support. So wrapping up this demonstration, I hope you've seen how this platform employs a systemic discipline of benchmarking that focuses on helping all participating tribes in identifying, analyzing, adapting best practices based on the data right now. We'll return to REDW to conclude this webinar.
Thank you, Lisa, for the overview. I don't see that anybody has put any questions in yet, but I just wanted to give just kind of some wrap-up information. So Lisa did show you the comparing, filtering, and reporting feature, and REDW, in addition to those features, will be offering a comprehensive annual summary report. You can purchase it. It will include 30 minutes of consulting time, which will be an opportunity for you to discuss with us how to best use this report in your tribe, how to use the reporting features and the slides for presentation purposes, and kind of where your data falls in with the big picture. So that's something that we've done every year. We've included it when tribes have participated and bought the survey. They've received individual one-on-one consulting time, and it seems to be very valuable. So we wanted to offer that again this year. The data that's going to be available in the annual summary report will not be available through the reporting and filtering and comparing feature. The annual summary report will show more of an overall picture of all positions, such as the 25th percentile, the midpoint, and the 75th percentile for all positions. And it will be broken down by title, by department, and if we have enough data, it will be broken down by region. We'll also be able to show things such as the number of people that reported each position and the number in each position. So it kind of helps give you an idea of what tribes are using what title. So currently, if you're not registered, Erica, I know you're not registered. Tamara, are you guys registered users at this point?
I went online to register, and then they said it would send me an email, but I never received it.
Did you check your junk email?
Well, yeah, I always do that. So if I have junk email, it will tell me. But I did it yesterday, and I haven't received anything.
Okay, we'll look into that, and we'll get that fixed, and we'll get you.
Unless it was automatic. My junk mail, usually I can check it. I don't think it's automatically deleted. So.
Yeah, just check your spam folder, and then we'll look into it on this end. Sometimes there's a block issue. We've had this with somebody else where the information was blocked, so we kind of had to circumvent it. But we can work with you on that.
Well, you know what? It looks really like if it's only one person that could register, that the Human Resources Director should register, not myself in finance.
Well, you can
more of an HR function.
Right, it is more of an HR function, and you can have more than one person with a login. We just ask that just one tribe have a main person, and then you can set up individuals under that to do the data entry.
Okay.
So
now, what
is
is
there?
The?
I'm sorry. Go
what
ahead.
Is the benefit to us to do this? I guess.
Well, you know, obviously, because tribal organizations are very competitive, and it's also very difficult to find any published compensation information on tribal government. It's hard for us to get the data. It's hard for anybody to get the data. And so really it helps your HR to be able to determine kind of where the benchmark salary ranges lie and where your people lie within that. It's a great recruiting tool. You obviously want to recruit the best employees, and you want to retain them. And a lot of times we see tribes that have trouble retaining employees because they're not paying, you know, what the market says they should pay. And so what happens is you end up hiring employees and training them, and then they go to another tribe or to another employer because the pay is higher. And so really it's a function of retaining and motivating, attracting, you know, good employees that are going to be loyal and help build, you know, your tribal organization.
And Tamara, a lot of the tribes also use the survey data to help budget for positions that they may not already have, or to make adjustments to positions that they already have. Because as Alicia points out, pay and market data is really important. But what we have found is that some tribes have priced themselves way above the market just because of the ongoing annual increases that they've awarded. And as they're replacing those positions, they want to get them back in line with the market. So if there is a cost-saving feature to looking at the comp that you're paying in your positions as well.
Okay, but to get access to the rest of that, the actual data is something you purchase through REDW, right?
Right. So you can go in and register and enter your data for free. The reporting and comparing and filtering feature, if you're a NAHARA member, is $1,200. If you're a non-NAHARA member, it's $1,500.
Okay.
The
What
annual,
what's NAHARA?
NAHARA is the National Native American HR Association.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
And so then, so that's for the comparing, filtering, and reporting features that Lisa Haswell showed you.
Okay.
If an organization would also like to purchase the annual summary report with the 30 minutes of consulting time, that's $350.
All right.
Okay? So
Yeah, okay,
again,
I think,
you have until July 31st to get your data in. And so on July 31st, you'll no longer be able to input any more data. And that's when we're going to close the survey, and then we start working on the reporting and filtering and comparing features.
all right. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll let HR manager know then.
Is there a contact there that you'd like us to send information to?
No, I'll go ahead and let him know.
Okay, that sounds great.
Thank you very much for your help and explanation.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Any other questions?
I
No.
have one question. I'm sorry. This is Erica
Okay.
Honey. Sorry.
That's fine.
How many tribes do you currently have participating?
We currently have 40 tribes, is that correct? Yeah, 40 that have registered and are actively inputting data.
Okay, excellent. And
So what's nice about that is we might actually be able to do a regional type of report.
Okay. And for in the eastern region, how many tribes do you have? Do you know?
Look that up.
Yeah, we could look it up. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head, but we can certainly look it up.
Sure. The other question I had, so is this an annual fee? You know, the $1,500 if you're not a NAHARA member. Is that an annual fee, or is that just kind of a one-time deal?
So how that will work is you'll pay your $1,500, and you'll have access to the comparing, filtering, and reporting features for 2014.
Okay.
If you log in next year, once the survey has started and you input your data, and you don't pay the fee again, it is a recurring fee. So if you don't pay the fee again, you'll still have access to the 2014 data, but you won't have access to the 2015 data.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Yeah. You'll always be able to log in and look at whatever data year you paid for, and you'll have access to all of those reporting features.
Okay. So your cutoff date for, so you want salaries for July 31st. You want 2013, or you want 2014, obviously, right?
Yeah, just your what you're currently paying.
Okay.
And there is a handy, in the support section, there is an Excel spreadsheet that you can download that it's called the Question Organizer. And that will help you collect all of the information that you need. And a lot of people just download from their, I guess, their payroll system into this Excel spreadsheet, and then they have somebody input the information into the system off of there.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be pretty manageable. So.
And then also in that section there is Lisa's pulling some stuff up here. So here's we'll see the spreadsheet here in a minute, the collector. There's also a PDF document that shows the common titles with a small description of what that position is.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the data collection worksheet that you can use.
Okay, sure.
And it has it all broken out by department at the bottom. It's pretty handy.
Okay.
Okay, that might help
Great.
expedite things.
Sure.
Then there's another document that has some position descriptions, some small descriptions, and alternate titles that we use, because obviously you're not going to find every single title in here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, for example, we're using an accounts payable receivable clerk. Could also be called an accounting clerk.
Sure.
So if you're having trouble matching titles up, you can go here and see what our description is.
Okay. Great.
Okay?
Yes. Let's see. So after after July 31st, when do you anticipate that the reports would be available for 2014?
So on August 15th, if you've purchased the reporting and comparing feature, you can go in and start running your report, as Lisa showed you. And you can start using the filters, and it'll pull down the charts for the presentations. And then the annual summary will be ready mid-September. Okay. So you'll have, live data that you're working with as of August 15th, and then a static report will go out mid-September.
Okay, great. And one more question.
Sure.
How many years have you guys been doing this?
This is our 4th year.
4th year. Okay.
This is our 1st year with it being online. The previous years have all been we've done the work. It's been on an Excel spreadsheet, and then we've done all the data manipulation and the database and all that.
Okay, great.
So this year is the first year it's dynamic and live.
Great. Excellent. Okay, I think that's it for me.
Okay. And also just, Lisa Haswell, if you can go down, when you are ready to purchase the reporting and filtering feature, there is a link, I think at the bottom of every page, for you to do that.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's just on the home page here. At the bottom there it should say.
We will, I don't see it on the home page, but we will double check and make sure that gets inserted.
Yeah. There will be links throughout the site for you to click on that will allow you to go ahead and pay for the reporting, filtering, and comparing feature.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Or you can always email us.
That sounds good.
Well, thank you, everybody, for participating today and taking some time out of your busy schedules. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to email us or give us a call directly.
Thank you.
And thank you, Lisa Haswell, for driving the bus today.
You're very welcome.
All right, have a great day.